I'm Daniel for Creations Medical, and I'm here with Mike Casey. Mike, how are you today?
Doing good, man. How are you?
Awesome. You've just finished the program. You've lost how many pounds of fat?
19.4. I couldn't hit 20.
Not quite 20. That's pretty good though, and it's pounds of fat, which is something we emphasize. You're a strong guy. You do powerlifting and stuff like that, right?
Right.
So maintain your muscle mass is important to you, and you know the difference between muscle and fat when it comes, like you like putting muscle on. You're not necessarily, which is the fat you want to get rid of.
Yeah, I mean, it's been kind of amazing to watch the InBody as I've gone through. There have even been periods of time where I gained some muscle while losing fat, from one InBody to the next InBody. So it's been pretty encouraging. I mean, I've lost 30 pounds before, but I don't think it's ever been 20 of it has been fat.
Right. Well, you've done a great job. So earlier we were talking, what was the thing that you would tell somebody if they were thinking about joining our program?
I think two things stand out for me with the program. Number one, it's how I feel just on a day-to-day basis. And, even though a lot of people would say, they'd look at me and they go, 30 pounds is just a drop in the bucket. It's like throwing a deck chair off the Titanic for that guy. But I feel so much better. I don't plan my day around whether or not this activity or that activity is going to make me tired or I'm going to be miserable. And overweight people know what I'm talking about.
Right.
I don't look at going to Petit Jean to hike or going to Magic Springs to walk around the amusement park as something that I'm not looking forward to anymore. Now I think about, man, my kids are going to love this and love that, and I can fit on roller coasters again. And instead of thinking, oh, it's going to be hot and I'm going to have to walk a long ways. So that's been amazing. And the other thing is that over the course of the past 6 weeks of the program, the emphasis has not been on losing more weight. I feel very certain I could have lost more weight.
Right.
Probably could have lost a lot more weight. But it's been on teaching me how to stay the same weight.
Right.
And, last time I was here, it was right before Thanksgiving, like the week before Thanksgiving. And so now we're a couple weeks through Thanksgiving, and I've actually lost 3 pounds of fat during that time period. Through Thanksgiving.
Nice.
And I didn't, just not eat on Thanksgiving. I ate the things that I liked. I had a little something sweet at the end, but I knew what to do when Thanksgiving was over to keep myself in check, and it wasn't hard to make the decision not to go through a drive-through, but instead, go make something at home.
Yeah. That's really encouraging. And I love that you aren't like at the mercy of food. Like that seems to be a common theme. It was true for me. It's 3 years and 11 months now since I finished our program and lost 30 pounds, and I've kept that off. And the reason is because I know what food is now, and I know how to be in charge of it instead of it being in charge of me. I've heard people say sometimes we live to eat, but really we're supposed to eat to live.
Right.
And that seems like that's part of it. The other thing I think is really encouraging is you've got a really strong reason why this is important for you. You've got young kids, and one of the things I loved is when you told me about how it used to be you'd have to push away from the table, and your son even got to the point where he'd ask you, why don't you just tell that story and then tell me what's changed?
Yeah, my oldest son would say, he'd come in and say, Dad, let's go wrestle. And I'd go, well, I got to wait for my food to digest. And it got to be such a thing that happened every time that he would come in and go, has your food digested yet? And I would know that meant he wanted to go wrestling. It just killed me, that I was doing that to myself, and I'd have this, I don't know, starchy bloat or whatever it was. Mm-hmm. Now, we're taking the wrestling up a notch. We've got a new mattress where they can come off the top rope, off of my bed and jump on me, when I'm not looking. And now we just wrestle until somebody gets hurt, basically. We don't have to stop because Daddy's about to pass out or Daddy needs air, So, I mean, it's awesome. And I'm looking forward to continue because, I've said it once before, my kids are only getting faster. They're only getting stronger. They're only getting more active.
Right.
And I feel like at this point in time, I'm doing that with them. I'm getting faster and stronger and more active.
Yeah, and you can't bottle up these days. You've got to be here for all of them, right?
That's right.
And, every day that you get to wrestle with them is another day that you get to enjoy that, but also they get to spend time with their dad.
Yeah, that's big time.
And they can look back and be like, my dad wasn't just there in the room with me. He was actively playing with me as a kid. And that's really encouraging. So
yeah, I want to raise 3 good dads, so I want to be a good dad. I want a legacy. of family men, and so I mean I think this has definitely helped me take a huge step in that direction.
Man, that's really encouraging. And I got one more thing, because this happened with another one of our challengers that I wish you'd mention this one more time, because I asked you about your ring one time. And that to me is something that really stands out, because you shared that before, but would you mind sharing that again about what happened? Because I know you love your wife and you love your kids, and that's important to you.
Yeah, actually, about halfway through the weight loss part of the program, I had my ring. Well, let me go back just a little ways. Earlier this year, I actually got a tattoo on my ring finger with my anniversary. It's funny because it's like old school tattoo script, so it kind of looks like it says big.
8/16,
of course.
okay.
But yeah, it's 8/16. It's August 16th. And the reason I did that is because I couldn't. My ring didn't fit me anymore, and it just wasn't worth it to me to go special order a ring when who knows how big my finger was going to be in the next month. Well, I saw it laying there on the counter one day about halfway through the program, and I just picked it up and I was able to kind of work it on, Well, at that point, getting it off was not an issue, or not something that was going to happen. But over the course of the past, however long, now it's just something I can slip on and off super easy, and I love having it because even with the tattoo, it's not enough. People look for that ring. That's how they know that you're married, you have a wife that you love. Mm-hmm. The tattoo they may look at, and you may get to talk to them about it, and that's cool, and I wanted people to know that. But that's important to me, being able to have that.
Man, that's encouraging, and I know that you love your wife, you love your kids, and I'm not married, I don't have kids yet, I'm still waiting for the right girl right now, but I just want you to know that's really heartening, and it's great to see that, because you're why we do this. We want to make sure that we're able to minister, really, because this is a ministry for us, to be able to help you accomplish those things, because even though our mission is to help you lose all your unwanted fat and inches and keep it off, really we want you to be able to live the life that you want to live. Don't miss out on anything, like these moments you get with your kids and the time you get spent with your wife, because they're precious and not everybody gets that. So,
right on, yeah.
Man, I'm just grateful to you. Thanks for being so faithful and sticking to the program and going all the way through, and I'm excited.